Shalom, shalom. Giving all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach us this truth through the spirit and power. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. All right. Peace, love, and blessings to the elect, 144,000 and the 1/3. Okay. Shalom, shalom. This is another video via through the spirit. And it's basically going into how, in that day, friends shall fight as enemies. Okay, roughly paraphrasing in 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 22, and I'm going to get that right now. 2nd Esdras. Go 24. I'll start at 22 to build up the reason behind it. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. All right, because in the times, it's like if all hell breaking loose, just like how you had restrictions and supply blockchains on certain products and stuff coming in and leaving out of Babylon the Great. The same thing is going to happen on a higher maximum security level via through the martial law troops, as it says in 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter. Okay, roughly paraphrasing that you should not be able to go in or out of a city, going into martial law, so-called lockdowns, so on and so forth. Okay, but in this time and when this happened, a lot of these storehouses are going to be found empty. A lot of the grocery stores and your local restaurants and so on and so forth is going to be a great famine in the land of Babylon the Great. And Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has ordained it. Okay, just like how it says in Isaiah 65 verse 13, ye shall be in hunger, but my servant shall eat. So it's letting you know in a situation of famine, it's going to be a particular, individuals, whoever they may be, which consist of the elect, they're going to be protected and be eaten in that day, rather than a 2/3 out there being starved out and also being chased by cannibalists and martial law troops. Okay, the great judgment day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which a lot of people do not understand and comprehend how deadly serious this ministry is and what's about to come down the pipe. See, people are living in la la land and are too comfortable to their everyday lifestyle living, not knowing and not understanding all the shit that's going on in the world. Everything can change in the twinkling of an eye. And that's what's going to happen via through prophecy, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai ordained this to happen. Okay. Let me read verse 22 again. 2nd Esdras 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. All right. The time of Jacob's trouble. Verse 24, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. It's going to, a lot of people are going to be in a confused state. Verse 25, whosoever remaineth from all these things that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world, the end of Esau's world. Okay. Because if you go up, it's the same, thing. 2nd Esdras 6 and 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Jacob is the end of the world. For Esau, Salakia on that. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. The hand of the man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other question Esdras asked thou not. All right. But yeah, going into verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So at the end of the day, Esau is the end of the world, and us knowing who is Esau, Edom. All right. We understand and know that he is in rulership, and during his rulership, certain things were going to happen within his kingdom. And one of the things is financial collapse, the economic collapse that's going to, trickle down to the Revelation 13 and 16 that's going to happen. All right. Because all these prophecies that's going to come to pass is going to be the end all be all from all the heathens ruling, mainly Esau, Edom, that's ruling now, because he is and will ever more be the last heathen nation to rule over the nation of Israel, man. So once Esau is taken out of the way, there's no such thing as so-called Chinese getting into power, North Korea, Russia. No, none of those things are going to come to pass. All right. Why do the heathens imagine a vain thing? All right, because they are heathens. At the end of the day, they are heathens, man. They don't understand the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, the God of the Israelites, which you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, Seminole Indian descent, Haitians, and Jamaicans, you are the biblical Hebrew Israelites, man. According to the Bible, according to the flesh, okay, according to doctrine, the bloodline. But everybody cannot perceive and understand this truth. That's why you have to hold it at a, humble and confident. You got to be humble and be with confidence dealing with this truth. But first and foremost, humble, man, and to fear. That was it on that. Yeah, second Esdras 15 right quick. Then I'm going to get the article, Lord will. Because these things are going to come to pass. Second Esdras 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. All right, the incredulity is the non-believers, the unbelievers. All right, that speak against us, that scarf and scorn and try to knock us off our swivel in any and every type of way, because Satan is always busy and he comes in many shapes, forms, and fashions, man. Okay, you have to understand that anything that keeps you apprehending from serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is basically an adversary unto you, because we're striving to be those perfect beings, man. All right, going into the lesson, Priest Iron Wall had sent through the group chat that a brother had did spirit like when Judah, if I'm not mistaken, going on the fight of staying focused. All right, so Satan is always busy in a nutshell. Verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Verse 5, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. All right, and that's what the Lord is about to bring upon this earth, man. The sword, death, plague, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Verse 15, for the sword of their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right, and it's going into the civil unrest. All right, martial law. All right, people fighting against each other, and friends turning into enemies because of the lack of bread, the lack of water. Okay, because these things are going to come to pass, especially when this dollar collapse And the MOTB is going to be implemented, and people, being people, it's 144, Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. But people that's being people, you know how they think, because it's a lot of people, majority of the people basically believe and know that the MOTB is that mark, man, that stamp, all right, that you have to be put inside of you in order to continue living your day-to-day life through payments, man, buying and selling, being, productive in society, the same way the dollar system, products people in America right now, how much more that MOTB. So a lot of people in that day are going to be knowing not to take it. A lot of people are going to take it because, of course, they lack faith. A lot of people are going to fight and be willing to die. That's why it's going to be sedition amongst men. Certain militia groups are arming up right now as we speak. And Lord will, I do a video lesson on that. OK, because these things are happening and we are at the end. So our best bet is to gird up our minds to, of course, continue in serving Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah to the best of our ability and just prepare for the worst. But still having that confidence and that integrity and bravery and humbleness of your purpose in life, man, being an Israelite. All right. And just knowing the God that you serve, that you're always going to live no matter what. You're going to transition into the next life, whether it be through death or it be through deliverance and salvation. OK. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. All right. And that's what's coming upon the world. All right. Great tribulation, great destruction, confusion. OK, distress. That's what's coming. And I want to play this right quick. And this was a day ago. It says Sam's Club makes major upcoming store closure announcement. All right. And a lot of these places are being shut down and closed down for shop, man. All right. The grinder is ceasing. All right. And there shall be no work in Egypt anymore. It says message to Egypt. And this is talking about modern day Egypt, Babylon the Great. This is on Isaiah 19. I start at 14. The Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day shall Egypt be like unto a woman, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh of hosts, Sabaoth, which he shaketh over it. All right, the great judgment and terror of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to come upon this place as known as spiritually Sodom and Egypt, going back to Revelation, the 11th chapter. Let me see what it says. And ultimately, there is no healing Babylon. Okay, going back to Jeremiah 51, the 51st chapter. This is Isaiah 19 and 14, the NLT. The Lord Yahweh has sent a spirit of foolishness on them. All right, gross darkness to people. All right, folly is set in great dignity. Okay. Meanwhile, these people are preparing themselves for the holiday Christmas spirit and holiday travels. Meanwhile, you still don't have enough money to pay your bills. You still having the financial problems that you've been having. All right. And it's not getting any better here in America. So all their suggestions are wrong. They have caused Egypt to stagger like a drunk in his vomit. There is nothing Egypt can do. All are helpless. The head and tail, the noble palm branch and lowly reed. In that day, the Egyptians will be weak as women. They will cower in fear beneath the uprised fist of Yahweh of heaven's army. All right. So, that great terror. All right. This place is going to be visited, and it's being visited in many different ways, man. All right. Ultimately, he's going to be visited by Lord Yahweh Shai and the chariots and the nuclear missiles that's going to destroy this place. Let me see something right quick, because it's worded different. In the day, the keepers of the house. Okay, 3 and 4. Let me just read it right here. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 3. Matter of fact, verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. And while the evil days come not, we ought to worship and serve Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to the best of our ability as much as we can, man. Exalting the names. All right, Yahweh Wah, Yahweh Shai. The true names at that. Okay. Going into the scriptures, doing lessons, so on and so forth. Being occupied in the prophecies. Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. All right, before the evil days come, before it's too late, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. All right. Verse 3, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right, and that's going into the times that we are in now. The daughters of music is shitty. It's very crappy. Okay. And it's hard for jobs to stay open, let alone keep employees. Because at the end of the day, people don't want to work. They already be doing TikTok surveys and challenges on how the American people feel about America. All right. And it's not looking too good. OK. You know, Babylon the Great is losing its glorious light as being the greatest country in the earth. But now even its own citizens, its own people are realizing that there's been a lie and a great delusion that they spread across the four corners of the earth, man, the whole world. So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3. Remember him before your legs, the guards of your house start to tremble. And before your shoulders, the strong men stoop. Remember him before your teeth, your few remaining servants stop grinding. And before your eyes, the women looking through the windows see dimly. Remember him before the door to life's opportunities is closed. And that's kind of spiritual, because it isn't this place the land of opportunity, the land of, you know, living your best life, so on and so forth. So that's very spiritual that it says that, man. I'm going to read verse 4 again. Remember him before the door to life. Remember him before the door to life's opportunity is closed and to the sound of work fades. Now you rise at the first chirping of the birds, but then all their sounds will grow faint. It grows weak. All right, because ultimately this place is deteriorating by the seconds. All right, from the inside out. And let me get Isaiah believe 14, a taunt for Babylon's king. And let me get KJV right quick. Israel's taunt, I think it is. Isaiah 14:11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Let me go into the definitions. Is a sign of decay. All right. And this is a decaying, dying society. And people already know this, man. All right. And the Strong's is H7415. I'm going to play
Strong's H7415. Rema. Rema.
Rema. Root word. Rama. So it should be Rama. It says exalt, lift up, get up, mount up, to rise. Okay, and that's the root word of it. Let me see. So the rising basically is brought down to the ground, man. The worm has rised and covereth up and decayed the ways of Babylon the Great. All right. That's why they were becoming weak, as it says in verse 10. And they say, and they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Okay. And that's what's happening upon the earth. Let the weak say, I am strong. And let the strong basically say they are weak, man. Roughly paraphrasing, because now it's a reverse role that's about to happen in this lifetime and even in the next. In this lifetime, you see all the other nations gearing up against America. Even the ones that was once allies with them are gearing against America. And in the next lifetime, the Israelites, the ones that was at the bottom from generation to generations, are going to be on top. And not only they're going to be on top, they're going to be on top forever and evermore, man, with our Lord and Savior, Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. All right, the Son of the Most High God, Yahweh, who the world inwardly calls God. Okay. So that was that. And this is the article by the Street. As the holidays near, many of us are busy booking travel to visit loved ones and careful planning receipts down to the teaspoon for holiday baking parties we often take for granted in the midst of such a busy season that many of our favorite retail stores stay open to accommodate our schedules and provide that nutmeg we could have sworn we had in the cabinet. And I read that for no reason. Many large retailers, including Walmart, Get Free Report, and Costco Get Free Report, won over their impressive large customer base by keeping long hours and remaining reliable in pinch, even during holiday seasons. Okay, this holiday announcement. It's supposed to be talking about closure. Some folly right here. This ain't talking about nothing. Salakia on that, y'all. But the caption, it says store closures announcement. I wonder why it said that, but they ain't talking about nothing about the closures. Hold on. Oh, Salakia. It says an entire day for just one day. Salakia. But in due time, it's going to shut down, man. Okay? Because there's been talks of Costco's and Walmart's and even Sam's Club shutting down, even in past news articles. But this is in particular for the holiday season, Salakia. But I also want to play this because this is technically going to lead into, them having to shut down because real life events are happening right now as we speak all across the world. And it's impacting, the local mom and pop stores and other little grocery stores and whole food sales stores and so on and so forth are closing down, man. So I'm about to show a little clip.
A new violent and devastating theft trend is hurting business, big and small, across the country. Fox Business's Kelly Sabiri is here live from Chicago with her debut story on Fox Business Network. Kelly, welcome to the network and our Fox family.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Maria.
Tell us about today's new threat when it comes to retail.
Yeah, this is a problem that more brick and mortar stores here in Chicago and all over the country are experiencing. It's not just smash and grab anymore. It's now turned into crash and grab, where store owners turn up to work to not only find that they've become the victim of a robbery, but that their storefronts have been extensively damaged. Take this instance from the suburbs of St. Louis. A group of teenagers rammed a car into a gun shop, stealing almost $30,000 worth of guns and leaving $200,000 worth of damage to the building. The thieves were able to drive past the barricades in front of the store due to a design flaw. The car squeezed in with just enough room to crash into the store. This is happening around the nation, from jewelry stores to big box stores. In this video, robbers took off with more than $300,000 worth of resellable items from a Nordstrom store in California. The National Retail Federation says businesses lost about $112 billion in 2022. Now, smaller family businesses are also getting hit hard, like this Italian beef restaurant here in North Chicago. The owner's telling us the thieves got away with cash from the register and that they're anticipating the damage to cost the store thousands of dollars. Now, the problem for these small businesses and these family-owned businesses like Patio Beef is that they're having to ramp up security and also install other security measures, which can cost family-owned businesses thousands of dollars. The steel-filled barricades that some stores have, like the one in Missouri that the thieves were able to drive through, can cost up to $10,000 a piece. Maria?
Kelly, it's incredible that they would actually crash the car into the glass, destroy the car, to distract so that others can come and start stealing things.
Yeah, and it's happening more and more across the country.
And with that being said, Esau Edom, he is doing this, order out of chaos, man. This is all set up because it was a video of a brother. I think Shaquat Gabar showed me the video, and he got it from another brother video channel showing how basically the police, especially in the city of Chicago, where they're just letting people commit all types of crimes, letting you know and understanding that this society is on the brink of a collapse. All right, any type of law, that is addressed, it's about to be a lawless city, that lawless great city, which is America, man. All right, the great slaughtering that's going to happen in this land, and that's how the martial law troops are going to come over here, and that's how they're going to be like madman sparing none, man. Okay, because of this ignorant shit right here, and they're intensifying and allowing this shit to happen, man. Okay. And like she said, that's happening worldwide. Meanwhile, the debt clock's still going on, still ramping up. Okay. And eventually it's going to go into a default to the point it's just going to collapse. And when it collapsed, they're going to introduce that MOTB via prophecy. This is Habakkuk 2:6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Let me read the NLT. Okay, hold on. Let me just go into the blue letter. And it's abatia, abat. The root word abat is the
Strong's
root word.
H5670. Avat. Avat.
Abat. And it says to take a pledge, give a pledge for a debt, interchange, to cause to give a pledge, to take a pledge, give a pledge for a debt. And it says heavy debts, wage of pledge, heavy debts. All right, the debt clock, which is slow, continuously, rising, increasing. Meanwhile, Joe Biden was trying to pass a bill to give billions of dollars to aid Ukraine, so on and so forth. I believe that bill has got blocked. But it's just a simple fact. Meanwhile, the American first of all, meanwhile, you'll tell and lie to the American citizens, 1 minute you got money, everything's fine. There's no such thing as hyperinflation and inflation, even though it's here, but it's not real. And then you'll be like, everything's under control, or we don't have enough money for this or for that, for spending money, and got to pass the fizz cliff and got to avoid a government shutdown. But meanwhile, you sending all this shit, these, aids and whatnot to these other foreign countries that's fighting a war. All right. But it's all designed by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. And in due time and in due season, in Salakia for that article. And you can find plenty of articles on that, how different retail stores are eventually going to close down. Hell, you got these plant jobs that are closing down each and every day on a daily basis. All right. And I remember last time they had had it on the news for the Sumter County resident about the big plant caterpillar, okay, which is a major major plant job, man, that's supposed to be shutting down within the next 2 years. And they just had that, I think, beginning of this year or the end of last year when they made that announcement. So it is, the time is coming that the Lord, he's making it be known. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm going to end off with this, Habakkuk 2 and verse 1, because this is the important. God answers the prophet. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it, and basically run to them highways and byways and teach and preach the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Run and go teach the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And these prophecies are coming to pass and not tarrying anymore, man. Sooner or later, this place will go through a whole new level of the great, I'm going to call it the greatest depression. And with that, the dollar will be destroyed. The dollar will be no more. And the new way of payment will be that MARK, that MOTB. And if you shall receive it, great death and destruction is upon you. All right, pursuing the Revelation 14, verse 9 and 10. So with that being said, I want to give all praise, glory, honor unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone that teach us this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. All right. Peace, love, and blessing to the elect. Shalom, shalom.